So, I will admit, I do not have this whole YouTubist thing down yet, so I didn't really do a blog style thing. But we did an event. The car ran. The car's back, and it ran. It did okay, and yeah, I got a haircut. So, I honestly don't know where I left off in recording things. I don't know how this video is going to come together. I'm going to edit some things in as we go, but hey, let's get you caught up. So like I said, the car did an event. We went out to Mid-State Airport. We ran with the Central Pennsylvania Region SCCA on their doubleheader weekend. It was a birthday weekend for me, and it was an awesome weekend altogether. Decent competition. I mean, I was the only car in CP, but there were some other fast cars there, so I had a good metric to balance myself against. I got to hang out with some great friends, got some great advice, but most importantly, the car ran. Not only did it ran, it finished the whole weekend, like 12 runs over the whole course of the weekend, and it didn't explode. And I'm probably jinxing myself for next time, but if I sound really excited about it didn't explode, let me catch you up as to what's going on. Those of you who have followed along know that we've had some dyno issues. We've been running into problems. First couple times we ran into valve spring stuff, and when I went last time, which you hadn't seen, we put the car up on the dyno. Let me back up. So I addressed those valve train issues. We put new valve springs in, and it was recommended to me, and it was a great idea that at the time I go ahead and I put rocker stud girdles on the car. I've got all comp cams valve train in the car, so you know, comp cams, cam, push rods, lifters, rockers, all the stuff that Randy put together in this motor. So I ordered up comp cams rocker stud girdle with their poly locks and slapped the thing together. We get the car over to the dyno, we strap it down, we make our first pull. During that pull, something doesn't sound right to me at all. And at that point, the car starts running weird. We suspect that there was a fuel pump issue, and I think that was still an issue. But it was, even in spite of that, something wasn't right. So when I got it back here, I checked the valve lash, and it was way out. I mean, like way loose. Every single rocker. Like, turns of the poly lock, so something not good there. I reset the lash and I just went up and down the street real fast and checked the lash, and the lash had gotten loose again. So now I'm thinking worst case scenario, the cam is going out. So or something else is going out. I've damaged something. So I do a leak down test on the motor. That checks out fine. I check plugs. I go through everything looks good. And then I notice in the top of the head, after I pulled the valve cover off, I saw a little itsy bitsy chunk of metal. And that chunk of metal looked suspiciously like it belonged to a rocker. And then I look around and I see a couple little more pieces of metal. Long story short, what happened is I had an old set of comp cams roller rockers on this car. Comp cams changed their design. The seat for the poly lock on the rockers that I had was too small, and when I cinched them all down and we ran the car, we basically broke the trunnions on every single rocker arm in this motor. Now this is like 3 weeks ago, so not good, right? We're coming up on an event. Every rocker on the motor is broken. I have to rush parts, get things in. Comp Cam's kind of said sorry about your luck, so that sucked. So I thrashed. I put, just before this event, I put new push rods in the motor, new roller rockers, new poly locks, stud girls on, fished all of the metal out of the top of the motor. It looks like I got it all. Flushed the motor out, made sure that there was nothing in there. And we just sent it, and it actually worked out pretty well. Overall, super fun event. Thanks to the Central Pennsylvania region for putting on a great event. We're going to be out at that airport again. Cool venue. Larry Casey of 20 Square Fab did the course design on Sunday, and that was awesome. It was just a good time. If you're an East Coaster, you know, with venues drying up, this is a kind of an okay place to go, so I would totally recommend it. So other than the motor stuff, that was pretty much the bulk of the work to get ready. I also did a little bit of cleanup on the car, and more importantly, I started on redoing the front aero. So let me show you some of that. So this year there was a rule change with the SCCA that allowed me to redesign this front splitter. Basically, without getting too detailed, it could be bigger, it could be wider, it could be longer.
Nice.
So here's the current new splitter on the car. Sorry, there's a wall here, so it's a little hard to see. There's the new splitter. It's not done. For reference, here's the old one over here. Now, the thing I can't show you is the old one, if you notice, it stopped right at the opening of the wheel wells. This new one, if we look down in here, you can see it extends back to the center of the crossmember. So, I'm wider, I'm longer in the front, and I'm also longer in the back. So better aero all around. It is not done yet. Like I mentioned, I have some pretty trick carbon fiber end plates that are going to go on, and that should wrap up the front aero. So we'll see that in another video. I've got some other parts up there that are going to go on, but basically I've been long overdue for a video, just like I was long overdue for this haircut. Don't get used to it, the mold's going to go away. But the car did pretty good, pretty happy about it. So gonna do some prep, get the car moving along, do some spring rate changes, some other things. I'll follow all that up in another video. And we're gonna be heading out to Ohio in July. Gonna visit my buddy Pat. We're gonna do some racing and hang out. So look for the next video. There will actually be some work in that one. Hopefully this one was okay with a little bit of an event recap, and I'll try to do the whole bloggy thing at the next event. I know people like to do that. I just kind of forgot. I was in a scramble, and you know, that thing was gonna blow up. So, you know, I'll cry on the camera next time. But anyway, thanks for checking this out. Please share it with your friends. We're growing slowly. I know it's an autocross channel. I don't know if anybody's gonna care, but I'm not making any money, but it's nice to share it with folks. So anyway, I'll insert some videos from other Team Zip Tie members from that weekend. Joe was out there with his F-Mod, and the Morans were out there in the car, the MR2 they call B. So I'll throw in some of their stuff. You can see their runs, and yeah, catch you next time. See ya. Bye.
Watch me put my pants on.
FTD yesterday stands for fucking total douche.